These niggas with attitudes. These niggas with attitudes. These niggas with attitudes. These niggas with attitudes. I started this gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking things I did. I started this gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking things I did. The motherfucking world is a ghetto, full of magazines, full clips, and heavy metal when the smoke settles. I'm just looking for a big yellow. It's 6-inch stilettos, Dr. Dre. Hello. Percolating, keep them waiting while you sitting there hating. Your bitch is hyperventilating, hoping that we penetrating. You kids nating, cause I never been to Satan. For hardcore administrating, gangbang affiliating. MC Winner had you wildin' off the zone in a whole half a gallon. Hit the talent.
Yeah. All right, right.
You can tell him it's my son, he's hurting, man. He's a felon. On parole for robbery. Ain't no copping the plea. Ain't no stopping the G. I'm in the 6, you got to hop in the 3.
All right, all right. Good morning. Good Saturday morning to you. Yeah. You want to talk about this concrete? I'm a scholar. I know everything about concrete. Good morning. Good morning. 134 people in here. Wow, it's great to see you guys. Way to demonetize Uncle E. Yeah, I know. Well, maybe it's not about the money. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not always about the money, guys. Maybe sometimes it's about a feeling. Maybe sometimes it's about a mood. Maybe it's about starting your day the right way. Good morning. Good morning. Saturday just got way better, says Dan Marshall. Thanks, I appreciate that. That's great. Let's get a couple more people in here. Egg Chen 6 Demon Bag says, I'm at work, Uncle. It's good. Me too. This is work. Well, it is. I mean, this is all work. We got to do this every single day. It's consistency. Every single day we do the morning show. Sometimes we do the night show. Yellow Flash Comics says, learn how to use OBS. Come over here and teach me, Yellow Flash, young man. What the hell do I know? Do Mormons do confession? Yeah, in fact, the Mormons do confession. We have bishops. You have a bishop, not a priest, and you can go sit with the bishop, and you can kind of let him know all of the bad things that you did. And I did that when I was a kid. I confessed to the bishop when I lost my virginity. I felt so bad about it. I went in there. I was 15 years old. Sat with the bishop. And only later did I realize what an incredible invasion of my privacy that was. And it's like there was no reason. Oh, let me turn the camera on. We'll say good morning. Hi, good morning. It's good to see you. No, not Bishop from the X-Men. That would have been more amusing. So not Bishop from the X-Men. Just a regular bishop. Yeah, I know. Dom Casey's like 15. Jeez. Well, no, 15, that seemed to be the right age. I think there were people that it happened to before that when I was in high school. There's my morning nose. Yeah, okay. I can't get this thing to heal. This is like a cut on my face and it scabs over. And then when I shave, it just the scab comes off and this is never going to go away. Andrea keeps telling me to drink more water and that's going to make that heal. But until then, I look like John Boy Walton. It won't go away. Yeah, looking real Jack. Thank you so much. It's great to be here with you guys. Again, I'm getting sleep. I'm going to bed early. Like I went to bed at 8:30 p.m. last night. 10:30 or by 9:30, I was fast asleep. Perth Comics suggests that I stop shaving. I don't want this. You know what I mean? I can't do that. I can't get the hair there. It looks really bad. That's soy boy. In my opinion, soy boys don't trim their beards. They just grow beard everywhere. They're trying to cover as much of their face as possible. And that is, I support them in that idea. I support them. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome everyone. 263 people in here. Yeah, absolutely. Put some THC on it. What's THC? Andrea is a skincare specialist. That's she has two jobs. She's like a bank manager and a skincare specialist, and she would know. So she's telling me to drink a lot more water than I do. I mean, I guess I'll drink more water. Maybe that'll make wounds heal. I don't really know. Use an electric trimmer on it for a week. Okay. Makita Goot says, have to work today. Thanks for the early chat, Uncle E. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. This is going to be a quick one. I've got a lot of work to do today, but I found a good subject. I love these SJWs. They are going absolutely berserk when it comes to Comicsgate. They don't like it. They don't like Comicsgate. And look, you can go back and forth with these people. Some of these other Comicsgate pros and fans are going back and forth with SJWs. You're kind of giving weight, I feel, to their arguments. Bill Sienkiewicz basically endured a big list of 36 offenses that anti-Comicsgaters committed against Comicsgate professionals and fans. I mean, and these are harsh and weirdo things. And he claims to have only read 3 of them. And he's just like, I'm like, well, he's like, he said, stop whining about being a victim and admit to, to everything that people are saying about you. And it's just like, so this isn't a witch hunt, I guess, for Comicsgate. I mean, this is how weird SJWs are. This isn't a witch hunt at all. By the way, we're going to ignore all the evidence you just presented and confess right now. Confess to all the wacko things we're accusing you of. I can't confess to lies. I can't do it. I'm probably the most lied about human being in comics. It's kind of, sometimes it feels bad. sometimes it hurts. We take a minute. We do this. And most of the time, it's just kind of fun. We're on the precipice of something big. I've given up the comic book industry. I really feel like, we are, the comic book industry is in a bad place. In the meantime, I really feel like Comicsgate's in a great place, in an absolutely great place. And I'm so happy to be, at the forefront of it. I'm so proud of everything that we're doing. We win every single day because we keep doing great things. We keep doing great things. They can't deny this. We don't have to argue with these people. We don't have to prove anything to them. All we have to do is do great comics and have great ideas. And that is what's going on. We have a good community. We're doing the right thing. I said a couple days ago, when I relaunched Cyberfrog Blood Honey, I said, look, when we get to $50,000 on this thing, if we do, let's not take anything for granted. If we get to $50,000, we're going to donate $10,000 to a male cancer charity. Why? Well, because some anti-Comicsgate comic pro, I'm not going to keep mentioning his name because I actually kind of like the guy, and it's embarrassing that he did this. But he wished that like Comicsgaters would get dick cancer. He wished dick cancer on people, real people who are actually suffering from cancer. It's like real people. It's awful. This is a terrible thing. So we responded the way that we do, gloriously, with morality, with ethics. We're not here to impress them with anything. We're here to kind of just be good people and impress each other. And I think that's what's going on. We have to just realize one thing. These SJWs are liars, and they're failures, and they will continue to lie and fail while we tell the truth and succeed. And it's kind of nice. So because he said that, I said, hey, when we get to $50,000, we're going to take $10,000 of that $50,000 and we're going to donate it to a British male cancer charity foundation called Orchid. It's called Orchid. And I've got the link for it and everything. I wake up this morning, we're at $45,381. You know what that's like? Do you know what it's like to like put out a comic book, just a variant cover on a comic book you've already raised $538,000 for, and offer it out there, and then know that you've got a charitable donation underway. Wake up after 2.5 days now. I think at noon it's going to be the 3-day mark, noon today. And you've raised $45,381 as I look at it over here. I got my iPads here. For those of you who don't know, the way my office is set up, I got my screen right here that's projecting blue light onto my face, so I look blue. And then over here, I've got my screen of iPads, my wall of iPads that I can just kind of monitor everything all at once. For $45,381, and we are damn close. Well, it doesn't matter. Even if we stopped right now, I would just clip that $5,381 off and then donate that straight to the charity. So my idea is every dollar after $40,000 and up to $50,000 is all going to this charity. So at this point, we have raised $5,300 and change for this charity. That's great, guys. I mean, it's really cool. And what are we doing it for? Are we doing it to impress SJWs? Are we doing it to convince them of anything? No, we don't care. It doesn't matter what they think. We've got our own thing, and it's just awesome. Classy to me says, EVS, you look kind of smart. Like, I know that. I know I look blue. I can't help it. I have a big, wait, if I do this, no, it doesn't help. I just blew up the screen so there'd be less white on me, and I still look blue. Sorry, but this is better. I do like the webcam. I think this is a better situation. There's more junk. I should clean up the top of that shelf over there. Don't you think? Like, that's a mess. I'll make that more interesting to look at because I just have stuff stacked up there. I'll arrange that so it's more fun to look at. Down here, you can see all my Elvis videos. I'm a big Elvis fan. I love Elvis. Okay, so that's like a big part of who I am. And then that stack of white things right there, that is every episode of What's My Line. That's my favorite. I love What's My Line. And then, okay, these are 2 Bates Motel Oscar or not Oscar, Emmy nomination discs. Something about that serial killer that was on HBO that Andrea got me. There's right underneath that, you can see a book. That is an autograph book from 1940 something. It has a Frank Sinatra and a Doris Day autograph in it. I don't know what that black thing is. It's a battery. It's a portable battery. Don't be blue. Didn't Elvis sing that? No, he sang Don't Be Cruel and Moody Blue. So I might be Moody Blue. All right, there's my Psycho shelf down here. Let's see, another autograph Psycho, Marilyn Monroe, Honeymooners, every Honeymooners DVD, Jack Parr Show, Sopranos, and I think Mad Men right here, the complete Mad Men. That's all my stuff. That's all the stuff that I like. It's my desert island stuff. If I had to just be on the desert island, presumably with like a portable DVD player, Blu-ray player, and endless power sources, I guess that's what the batteries are for there. That's the stuff I'd have to have with me. I couldn't live without that. Yeah, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. All right, so what the hell? I'm up today. Somebody alerted me to this Tumblr page. Ethan, did you this person has a theory that you didn't create Jessica Cruz. Now, I've created a lot of characters for DC Comics, most of them alongside Jeff Johns. There's some question now. I'll put this up here. Let me see. First of all, okay, let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, here it is. Can you guys see this? Yeah, I lied about Jessica Cruz, says Any Dynamo. Are you lying about your diet too? I mean, well, maybe a little. It's not a perfect diet, not by any means. Okay. Yeah. So here we go. Will the real creator of Jessica Cruz please stand up? This is Hell Yeah Teen Superheroes. Oh, I see this person all the time on Twitter cursing us out. I didn't know that's who this was. Hell Yeah Teen Superheroes. This person is always on Twitter, absolutely cursing us out all the time. So let's look at this article. I'll read this article. It's a Tumblr. I guess it's a blog. It's not really an article. It's someone's opinion. Will the real creator of Jessica Cruz please stand up? Some of you might have heard of Ethan Van Sciver, a grade A. By the way, capitalize the A. Capitalize the A. If it's grade A, I'm going to grade A. This sounds like it says a grade, a piece. So just put like a grade, capital A. A grade A piece of shit that I have mentioned recently. Okay, well, this is probably porn. I would say it's probably porn. I'm not going to click it. As you might know, he is a mediocre artist, a freaking creep, and a douchebag who pissed away his career in comics and joined Comicsgate. Is that accurate? No, that's inaccurate, but I like it. A bigoted movement harassing women and minorities and people who disagree with them. All right, so today I got to find some women and minorities to harass. Minorities. Got to go harass them. How will I harass them? I don't know, probably ring their doorbell incessantly. Comicsgate, today I command you. We are a bigoted movement. I command you to go find women and minorities, and I want you to go ring their doorbells, ding, 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 ding. And when they come out, I want you to run away. I want you to run away, and then do it again. Do it again, okay? And people who disagree with them, yeah, that's what we do. We harass people who disagree with us. Since he is their highest profile supporter, thank you, Mike S. Miller. Do you hear that? Doug Tenaple. Who else? Mitch Brightweiser, highest profile. Thank you, appreciate it. That's debatable. It really is debatable, I would think. But okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I guess that compliment. Hey, Michael Strelitz, thanks for a 50-pound donation. Appreciate you. That's showing me some love this morning. Anyway, since he, I'm sorry, I gotta read this in. Okay, since he is their highest profile supporter, these assholes try to defend him. Thank you guys, but you know what? It's a lost cause. Don't try. Don't bother. Listen. Don't bother trying to defend me. It's a lost cause. All right. So I have now twice seen the following argument. So two people have done this. Two people have said this to defend me. The indefensible. I am. Listen, I am, of course, a mediocre artist. Well, that's probably true. I mean, I'm okay. I'm not. It's going to argue with this. This is a matter of opinion. A freaking creep, definitely. A douchebag, all right. A douchebag, probably. I don't know. Depends. Who pissed away his career in comics? Au contraire. And joined Comicsgate. I am Comicsgate. I didn't join Comicsgate. I am Comicsgate. And so is everybody in this chat. A bigoted movement? Hell no, we are not. Harassing women and minorities? Not yet, but we're going to today. Everyone, ding dong ditch women and minorities in your community. So just ring their doorbell, run away, come back and do it again. And people who disagree with them, well, I mean, nobody really disagrees with us. In truth, nobody really disagrees with us. I don't think. I think they're just pretending or they're scared. Since he is their highest profile supporter, thank you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I am indefensible. I don't need to read all this. Don't defend me by saying Ethan Van Sciver cannot be racist. He created Jessica Cruz, a brown Latina. A brown Latina. No, this is I cannot be racist because I created Jessica Cruz, a brown Latina. Now, so the thing is, if and she says yes, I assume this is a she. I don't know if she. This is writing like if it's not a she, woof. Oh my goodness, the soy is curdling in this person's belly. Ethan Van Sciver cannot be racist. He created Jessica Cruz, a brown Latina. This is not true. I could still be racist and still create Jessica Cruz, a brown Latina. That's my opinion. Yes, that is their argument. I am not fucking kidding. First of all, yes, he can still be racist, you idiots. Of course, I agree. Of course I could. Second, he did not create Jessica Cruz. I can't. Oh, okay. All right. This person, hell yeah, Teen Superheroes is going to explain why I did not create Jessica Cruz. Wikipedia lists him and Jeff Johns as her creators, but what do they know? They do not credit any sources to back up this claim. Yeah. The entire argument is that Jessica's first appearance was a cameo in New 52 Green Lantern number 20. Is that true? No, that's not true. Is it? No, she was in Justice League. I don't think she was ever in Green Lantern number 20. Before making her, maybe she was, making her appearance in John's Justice League number 30. And since Van Sciver drew that issue, he's credited as her creator, or rather co-creator, since Johns is the writer. That's correct. Very, very rarely. I mean, when it comes to creating a character, very rarely is it 50-50. Very rarely is it entirely 50-50. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's more one person than another. In this case, Jessica Cruz, it's pretty much 50-50. Jeff had the name. We'll get to that. We'll keep reading this article. This is interesting. Except now, this is the this is about justifying the claim that you're racist. I don't know what this is. Basically, here's what they're saying. Ethan cannot be racist. He created Jessica Cruz, a brown Latina. This is taking down that argument. This is a takedown of that argument. First of all, of course, I could still be racist just because I created a POC character. Hence, every SJW in comics who is filling, who are doing all these replacement characters, they're all racist too. Just because you have turned the Hulk Asian, just because you have replaced Thor and Hawkeye and any number of characters with females, just because you have made Captain America black, just because this, and this, doesn't mean you're not racist. In point of fact, these SJWs are very racist. Very racist. The same argument can turn around. All right, so let's look at this. Except this is the plot twist. Except he didn't draw that issue. Doug Monkey did. Monkey drew most of the oversized 60-page issue. There were several guest artists in the issue, including Van Sciver, but also Patrick Gleason, Cully Hamner, Aaron Cooter, Jerry Ordway, and Ivan Reyes. Without crediting specific pages, each one of them worked. Monkey is listed as Jessica's co-creator on both DC Database and Green Lantern Wiki, but I doubt this is correct either, because when you look at her cameo in the issue, it does not look like it was drawn by either Van Sciver or Monkey. Where's her cameo? Is that her cameo? Well, I think this is this Doug Monkey art or is this Pat Gleason? Oh no. Who drew this? Neither of those people. This might be Aaron Cooter. Is this her cameo? This fist here? You might have noticed that Jessica's cameo in this issue is just her fucking hand. So even if Van Sciver would draw this page, I didn't. I find it asinine to claim this makes him her creator. Personally, I agree with Comic Vine that Jessica's creators are Jeff Johns and the man who drew her actual first appearance in Justice League number 30, Ivan Reyes. But however you want to cut it, it was not fucking Van Sciver. So it seems to me that this person is heavily invested in me not having created Jessica Cruz. Now, this person, I don't know who you are except for your fun on Twitter. But let me just give a quick history lesson. So basically, Jeff Johns called me up and he said, Ethan, I'm going to do this character called Jessica Cruz. She's going to be a Latina who is going to take kind of Power Rings powers. She's going to take the Power Ring. Her whole thing is that she's the opposite of brave. She hides in closets. She's like, what do you call that? Those people who stay indoors all the time. That's her. She's got all kinds of fear and anxiety. So she literally is the opposite of a Green Lantern. But she's very pretty. She's Latina. And she's former military, I think, something like that. So he said, will you create that? Will you design that? I said, yeah, sure. He said, well, if you do, you're going to get to do, I want you to draw her first appearance. I want you to launch this character. I said, yeah, all right. Sure, I'll do it. I'll draw Justice League number 30. Now, if this is her and she was in Justice League number 20, look at this, a hairy arm here. Presuming that this is Jessica Cruz's hand, Jeff Johns would have written this like, hey, we see a female hand in the foreground, like coursing with green energy and facing off against Simon Baz. Nobody would have had the description for this. So no, this would not be, whoever drew this didn't even know who Jessica Cruz was, assuming that this came before Justice League number 30. That's kind of the way it works. So it's like, hey, will you do this? And I said, yeah, I'll do it. So, boom, there's the design. This is the original first design of Jessica Cruz, the one that got approved. Here's me, 2014. This ended up getting used all over the place. But this is, I went to Jeff and I said, yeah, all right, so let's put the Power Ring logo over her eye like this. She's going to always wear this kind of headband. And she's going to wear this kind of military camo vest underneath the rest of her clothing. And she's going to use her ring to kind of make all it. I think Jeff said she's heavily armed. She's got a lot of weapons around her. She's got kind of I don't know. But anyway, these are all construct things. that Jessica Cruz had. So this is the design. This is me creating Jessica Cruz. I know that. Well, we'll get to this in another second, but this is the creation of Jessica Cruz. This is the very first drawing of Jessica Cruz ever done. This is the one that was given to Doug Monkey and Ivan Rice and all those people who had to draw Jessica Cruz subsequently, because I didn't do issue number 30. I was supposed to do issue number 30, and I never did. Why? I don't know. But I did do a solicitation cover. Oh, wow, that's very small. Let me see if I can find a better one of that. Look at all this stuff here. None of this better be porn. Scanning real quick. I don't see any porn, thankfully. Should I scroll down? No, I'm scared. Anyway, we'll just look at this then. This right here is the cover that I did for solicitation for Justice League number 30, featuring Jessica Cruz. This is the character that I came up with, that I created right there. That's it. That's the design for Jessica Cruz. She's empowered. She's got her little scoped rifle here. She's aiming at the camera. She's got the rest of the Justice League all tied up in knots, beaten over here. This cover never saw print. I moved on to do an issue of Green Lantern instead. This cover was never used except as solicitation, and it's been printed in various places. So, in point of fact, however you want to cut it, it was King Van Sciver. I did create Jessica Cruz with Jeff Johns, about 50-50, I'd say. Created her whole look. Now, eventually, she became a Justice League member, and her design, of course, was tweaked by, I believe, Jim Lee. Jim Lee did the final pass on her current costume. I took a shot at it, but it didn't. My design was way too complicated. They wanted a very simple Green Lantern uniform. That's the way Jessica Cruz looks now. I'll stand up. It was me. I'm so sorry. Hell yeah, teen superheroes. I'm so sorry, but first of all, I'm not racist. Not at all. And I did create Jessica Cruz. I did, and she was a brown Latina. I also created Dust, the very first Muslim superhero over for X-Men. Co-created Dust with Grant Morrison, and the very, very first Muslim superhero. So, I don't know. Who knows? Too fun. This is the way SJWs think. They're very, very silly. Yeah, that's how it is. Who created Ted Cruz? The guy who assassinated John F. Kennedy, and turns out Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer. Yes, Dust from the X-Men, Tom is one of my creations. I do have ownership over Dust. Justin Bass, thanks for $5. Uncle Ethan, what is the WB smoking to make her the lead in a Green Lantern movie? You're a big part of GL lore. What's your quick pitch on a GL movie? I'm not gonna say. I don't work there. I don't know. When Rebirth started, the new Rebirth thing, Jeff Johns called me and said, you shouldn't work on Hal Jordan. You should work on Green Lantern. He said it's the more progressive Green Lantern title. It's the future. He was trying to tell me Hal Jordan is very much in the past, and I was just like, well, I don't care. I'm going to do Hal Jordan. That's what I wanted to do. And indeed, I did choose to do Hal Jordan. I think I chose the better book. Jonathan, although I did do the first 10 pages of Green Lantern's Rebirth, I did do that, which I felt like, because Jeff was writing it. So, it's like, I'll draw the 10 pages that you wrote. I won't draw the 10 pages that the other dude wrote, whatever his name was, but I'll do the 10 pages that Jeff wrote, and it was good. Jonathan Anguiano, thanks for $2. Hail Pizar, death to the SJ, not death to the SJWs. I wouldn't say death to them. I wouldn't wish death on the SJWs necessarily. Just go away. That's all. Just SJWs, go mind your business, I think is a better attitude. All right, let me see here. Let me read these super chats that I did. Boy, is that a good clickbait. I like that. I lied about creating Jessica Cruz. Let's see. Vile Delinquent, $2. I thought Nurkish was the first Muslim superhero. He is. Nurkish, is Nurkish Muslim now? Oh, that's good. Larry Bernard, thanks for $5. Can you believe these awful people are trying to destroy Alterna and Peter Smetti for trying to have standards? Yeah, they're gonna do that. No, I can believe it. You have to understand, what SJWs do. They are more of a religious cult than anything else. They will destroy anyone who opposes them in any way. So you better fall in line. I'm noticing a few of my friends like that are kind of falling in line or signaling towards falling in line, and I'm just like, I understand. I get it. You have to. You have no choice. Coming with us is a big risk. I think there's going to be a bigger reward at the end of the day. Comics, as they are not going to last for very much longer. They're just not. They can't. And if you want to make real money in comics right now, you've kind of got to get away from the SJW stuff that doesn't sell, and then free yourself enough to be able to do comics that are actually commercial. And I think that being independent right now gives you the chance to do that. Certainly, aligning yourself with Comicsgate gives you the chance to do that because we insist on it. We don't want political stuff. We want just fun stuff. Mike Barron came on yesterday and just announced that he had some story. He's like, "Yeah, I want to be Comicsgate. I have a book about somebody who drew Muhammad." I was like, "That's cool." That's probably more kind of mainstream right now than what we're doing. The irony is the political stuff is the quote mainstream, but the actual mainstream is non-political, and I think that's what Comicsgate is. But we kind of delineate ourselves by saying we're Comicsgate, they're the mainstream. Rube Dog, thanks for $1.99. Back to you yesterday, Mr. Van. Number 946, thumbs up. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Rube Dog. Custom Songmaker, $5. Jessica Cruz was really created by a Vertigo artist. Her original code name was A22, and she had a brown ring powered by the emotion of disgust. Ew. Yeah, Vile Delinquent, $5. Morning, Uncle E. I'll have been awake 32 hours at the end of my shift. How are you? Did you read my DM on Twitter? Need some help when you're able. I'll look at my DMs. My DMs are full, but I'll have a look at it. Yeah. I hope you're having a good morning, Uncle E, says Insanity Methods. Thank you for £2. Vile Delinquent, $2. You missed my first $5 super chat, Uncle E. No, I just got it. Vile Delinquent. Caesar Hates Snowflakes, $5. Love your channel, Uncle Ethan. Proudly wearing my Fandom Menace shirt at Dragon Con today. Ooh, Dragon Con is today. That's great. Yeah, did you see the Cyberfrog costume? Somebody made a Cyberfrog costume. It's so cool. Rear Window came out today in 1954. Show us your copy. It's on the shelf back there. It's not signed. I tried to find any surviving participant, and there aren't any. So that made me kind of sad. It's one of the few Hitchcock movies that I don't have a signature on. I found living survivors, surviving participants from almost every Hitchcock movie that I own, but not that one. Sad to say. Let's see. Let's open this up. Yeah, I mean, I love Hitchcock. Absolutely love that guy. I have every one of his movies. I think I've seen them all at least 100 times. Especially Psycho. Psycho is my favorite of all. Obviously, it's just a perfect horror film. All right, let's see. I'm going to show you guys. Oh, first of all, I got to put this in the chat. We'll see if we can get if other people want to come in here. Morning show live. Yeah. What are these people talking about in here? Like overnight, this chat room gets filled with stuff. People complaining about SJWs and what they're doing. All right, ready? All right, I'm gonna screen share this. Close this. This is unbelievable. Somebody actually made a fantastic Cyberfrog costume for cosplay. I couldn't believe it. All right, dial M for meringue. I wish. I absolutely wish. All right, hang on. Let me screen share this once again. All right. And boom. Can I blow this up? You got to be kidding me. I got to see that again. I can't take it. Someone's a genius. Whoever made that's amazing. One more time, one more time. And I wish this video were longer. Oh, this is gonna drive them nuts at Dragon Con this weekend. This isn't gonna make people happy. Oh my god. Fantastic. Fantastic. I just stuff like that is so fun. I mean, it makes the whole like everything just worth it when you see fans react like that. To make a Cyberfrog costume. Oh my god, like that, and it looks so good. It looks so good.
You're way too happy right now.
Did you see that?
Yes, it looked amazing, but you're way too happy right now.
Good morning, Antonio Bryce. Of course I'm happy. Everything's awesome. All right, let me see. Get some super chats here. Max Attack, thanks for $5. Jess's hand was Green Lantern number 20. Did I do something in Green Lantern number 20? That sounds familiar. Sounds like I have a credit in that. I think they mentioned that, but I don't remember what it was and what I did. And Sammy Ree, $5. What you have to say about Rob Venditti, a writer I have a lot of respect for. Gotta love creators who don't live on Twitter. Rob Venditti is a professional. I mean, a real professional. One of the best writers and one of the most underrated writers in comics, I feel. And I think he's going to blow up. I think he's going to do really, really well this year. I think Rob Venditti has a big future ahead of him. I'd be willing to work with him again anytime. I think he's fantastic. And yeah, what more can I say? That Green Lantern run that he did with me, Hal Jordan 1 through 50. It was always good. It was always really, really good. Did you ever read any of it, Antonio?
No, I had gotten out of what I've started reading was your Green Lantern Rebirth and Sinestro Corps Wars. So I've been buying everything in like trade paperbacks off Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but man, yeah, the stuff I have read, like Green Lantern Rebirth is dope. Sinestro Corps is dope. All that stuff. I love all that. And obviously I play the game, the Injustice game with Atrocitus, and he's a big fan of his. So
yeah. Atrocitus is great. I love Atrocitus. I have all the toys. I have a good statue of Atrocitus from the animated series. Now they would send me this stuff, and at the time I was like, I don't want any of this. It's so weird. I can't imagine why I was like that, but they would send me they sent me all the toys associated with the characters and concepts that I created, and my attitude was just to give it all away. And I kept an Atrocitus, and I took it out of the box. I have it on my shelf over there. I might put it behind me here. I need to have a backdrop that's really interesting for people to look at. So I kept the Atrocitus
with all hellish hate.
Well, I threw away Saint Walker, which really upsets me.
Wow.
They sent me a nice Saint Walker statue. I think I either gave him away or I threw him away, and I don't know why I did that. You can't find them now. They're impossible to find.
Every time I hear the name Saint Walker, I think of the rapper Sauce Walker. There's a rapper called Sauce Walker, and every time you say Saint Walker, I'd be like, all right, I'm about to turn up.
What the name Saint Walker came from Jeff Johns. Jeff knew I'm going to get this wrong. Okay, I'm going to get this wrong. I remember it was an Australian fan, and I think his name was Walker. I don't think his first name was Saint, but it might have been. It might have been, and I think the kid had cancer, and so Jeff wanted to name a hero after him. Now, the look of Saint Walker was something that I designed in an airport. I did a lot of work. I was always in airports. I was going to a show every single weekend to pay my bills. It was really back then. I got invited to every single convention, and conventions were a good way of making money. That kind of petered out. I don't know. I think like it makes me feel like Wizard World might have been kind of the prevalence of too many conventions kind of made conventions less special and thus less profitable. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But I was sitting in an airport, and I had a thing of paper in my lap, and we were talking about the Blue Lanterns, and I was explaining what I thought the Blue Lanterns were to Jeff Johns, and I just got this idea. I started to see them. Look, Blue Lanterns have to be rounded. They can't be harsh looking, like no spikes or thorns or anything that looks hostile. And I started to think about what the most peaceful animal in the world, in the animal kingdom, was. Like somebody who you can't, you associate it with calm and peace. And I just thought about dolphins. And I thought, yeah, dolphins. And then I was thinking about animals that are underwater with bioluminescence. They kind of have lights all over them and they're really pretty underwater. And I put those lights. So I created this kind of slippery smooth character with dolphin teeth. He's got the rounded kind of stubby teeth, with big bright eyes, like compassionate eyes with like eyelashes and everything. And then I put these bioluminescent kind of light pattern all over his face. And I just made him kind of rounded and smooth. And I created the costume. And again, the costume, the collar, everything's round. Everything's, round shapes, no corners, no hard edges. And showed it to Jeff, and Jeff named him Saint Walker based on, I guess, this kid that he knew who had cancer. And I wish I knew. I wish I could remember. Andrew is always telling me, take notes about all this stuff. You should really be keeping a journal. And
you definitely should.
yeah, just so you remember this stuff. So anyway, I put the character the way I designed him in Green Lantern number 25, the Sinestro Corps War. I think it was the last issue of Sinestro Corps War. And showed Ivan Rice all of the designs that I'd done. And Ivan did something really smart. Ivan added the tail, which to the back of his head. And I don't know if Ivan added it or thought it was already there. I never talked to him about it, but it was really, really good. It just ended up looking like a flowing kind of stocking cap that came off the back of his head, a tail. And to me, it lit the character up. That important part. I would even say Ivan deserves like 5% of creative, credit for Saint Walker, just for adding that tail onto the back of his head. It looked good.
Let's say, looks like that guy that was with Jabba the
Hut. Yeah. You're right about that. It's Bib Fortuna.
Yeah. A sort of a locha.
Yeah. You know what? I think that did occur to me when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, it kind of looks like Bib Fortuna. If you wrap that thing around his neck, around the front, that'd be interesting.
But it looks good. It does. It's a great design.
I love that. I'm doing this with Cyberfrog now too. The opportunity, drawing something, like just drawing something, is I don't know, it's no fun. But I mean, when you're actually involved in creating something and actually generating ideas and putting them down on paper, that is when things are fun. Jonathan Anguiano, thanks for $2. Have you thought about a brand to compete with the big two? No, we'll never be able to compete with the big two. But we can compete with other independent companies. Absolutely. My comic book company is going to be called All Caps. All Caps. And CAP stands for Comic Artist Pro Secrets. So it'll be in big letters, all caps, and then you'll have my Laughing Man logo on it. That should be on the front cover of Cyberfrog #1, Cyberfrog Blood Honey. But yeah, the idea that we're trying to compete with or supplant or replace the big two is absurd. We don't have the resources, the manpower. We can't do that. But I do think that we could become. Who could we become, Antonio?
Well, you could become IDW. You could become a Dark Horse. You could become, Image in its prime.
Image is a good thing to think about, but IDW too. I mean, IDW is just a matter of getting investors. And by the way, we have a lot of wealthy Republicans that are saying, "Hey, are you looking for investors? Are you looking for capital?" And I'm like, "Soon, not yet." When that happens, I like caps lock. Somebody just said caps lock instead of all caps.
I see someone says no caps in the chat too. We always say that, no cap, man. No cap.
No caps. Makita Goot, thanks for $5. Jessica and Atrocitus appear in the recent Lego movie. Oh, I know. You should have seen. I tell you guys all the time. People are quiet about the kind of money that's available in comics, and so it's like a mystery. How much do comic professionals make? I kind of tell you. I made a whole video about it. Like, what do comic book artists earn? I don't know what writers make. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm scared to find out. But when it comes to artists, I know full well what they make. Jessica and Atrocitus and Indigo One and a bunch of other characters that I created appeared in the Lego. Wait, in the recent Lego movie? I thought they were in the video game. Well, in any case, there was a Lego 3 video game, and the video game had a bunch of my characters in it. And I'll tell you something, we got a royalty check for that was phenomenal. I could have bought a boat. It was fantastic. Yeah, video games are it, Antonio. They're it.
I remember Chuck Dixon had said they used like Bane in like some raviolis or something. Did he got yeah, some Batman raviolis with Bane in them.
Oh, you
And
kidding me?
got
I mean, yeah.
from that.
The money for that is unreal. It just there's no like if you have characters, if you have characters out there circulating, there's no reason to draw comics anymore. Like it's just it's too much. Horatius Cockles, thanks for $5. Antonio, will your Dark Santana trading card match with the other campaigns?
Actually, yeah, I reached out to Tim Lim, and I heard back from him yesterday morning, and I know he was saying he was getting some estimates and stuff. So I definitely want my card to look similar to the others. So yes.
This is interesting. Any Dynamo goes, so what's up with Zach? He seems super depressed that last video. Yeah, that last video was a downer, dude. That was really crazy. It was called The Comic Book Industry's Dead or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I was like,
right
what
after I got off with John Malin, I saw it. I guess he had put it up right after I was on with John Malin and Kanan. And which, by the way, we're having that Cyber Frog piece colored.
Okay, good.
I hope
great. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, man, he got a lot of reaction off of that. But yeah, it's everybody saying color it. It's going to be colored. It is being colored right now. So,
awesome.
Yes.
All right. So, what's up with Zach? Well, look, Zach's only human. We are in the middle of again, another SJW like tidal wave. And they come in waves. I mean, these things happen in waves and they can be tremendously depressing. Understand, not everybody can, and you'll see some of my videos. I was rewatching a video that I made about Ryan Johnson, and there's a bit of like in my tone, like a little bit of piss and vinegar, because it does. It's like if you don't remind yourself of how good everything is, really, if you don't remind yourself that you're having victory after victory after victory, and these people, they can't do anything about it. They can't stop you. You can get down. I mean, I think Zach, ultimately, the difference between Zach and me is I'm coming out of the mainstream industry, and he was hoping to work there, and he never did. He never got the chance to actually work in comics. Instead, he just watched it all die in front of him, and he criticized it while it went. And while it was dying, people were blaming him for it. It is tremendously depressing to see someone like Dave Gibbons come out and say, well, I stand with, Bill Sienkiewicz's utter bullshit. I mean, just utter bullshit. Excuse my language. Bill Sienkiewicz's whole attitude is, illogical, untrue, unfounded, emotional, biased, cult-like, based on nothing. It has nothing to do, like him saying to me, just admit what you're doing. How many more times do I have to admit what I'm doing? It's like, I can't admit to what you're saying. You're saying that everything is about bigotry and blah, blah. No, I disagree. I don't think it is. I think everything that you're doing is about bigotry, et cetera, et cetera. And really, ultimately, there's no reason to talk because I don't want anything from you. You seem to want me to go away, and I'm not going to go away, and I don't want anything from you. So there's nothing transactional about our interaction. You want to criticize what we're doing, you're allowed to. We don't care. It has nothing to, Comicsgate doesn't need you. The whole point of Comicsgate is that we're independent from you. And as you see us continue to succeed, I know it drives you nuts. I know you want to blame it on Nazism or whatever it is, but there just aren't any Nazis, and we ain't Nazis, and definitely not. So, continue to lie, and you get some people on your side, get some people calling us names, abusing us every day. I hope it makes you feel better, but we're still going to succeed. we still have tremendous victories ahead of us. We still have lots of success. Most people can see these lies for what they are. Most people can recognize what this is, this movement. They can see who's the harasser, who's being harassed. Most people can see that, and those who can't, it doesn't really matter. It just, anyway, Zach, I think, got really depressed about it. Billy Ritchie, thanks for $1.99. Holy crap, there's a good Batgirl comic I read. What's a good, did we talk about a Batgirl comic? I missed that.
I know Zach did a review on one, and I know they switched the writers or something, and everybody's saying it's good. So
Yeah,
it was sunken in, and they switched writers. Yeah,
yeah. I saw a video saying, "Hey, this is actually a good Batgirl comic" or something like that, and I went, "Oh, good. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. I think that video was, and I have to talk to him every now and then. It's just like, dude, cheer up. It's like, cheer up. Like, everything's going to be okay. You're getting to do your comics. Everyone loves you. Well, at least everyone that matters loves you. The people that don't love you never will. You can't convince them. You can't convince SJWs of anything. You can't get them on your side. You can't convince them to be your friends. You can't get them to see the light. They can't. You're asking people to go through what you're going through. And unless they feel it deep in their hearts, unless they, unless they know, unless they see things absolutely clearly and are willing to take a beating for the truth, not very many people are, you can't convince them. So it's best just to kind of go, laugh, move on, and do what we do, which is to continue to win. Jonathan Anguiano, thanks for $2. Do you see Comicsgate bringing the big two back then? Like bringing them back, like helping them? Well, I don't know. I don't. I think we're creating enthusiasm for comics. Does that translate to the big two? It's not all a matter of politics. A lot of it has to do with the structure, the way comic books are distributed, and a lot of traps that the comic book industry has fallen into over the years. It is very difficult now to convince people to get up off their couch, get in the car, drive to a brick and mortar comic book store every single week, buy, these pamphlets that cost $4.99, and the pamphlets themselves aren't even. I mean, the pamphlets are full of insults. Like, if you're a conservative and you're reading, these books, you're being insulted and you're being annoyed. Like almost every single issue. People just don't want to pay for that. So you're asking people, again, get up off the couch, get in your car, find your local comic shop, drive to your local comic shop, interact with people. I don't recommend that. Interact with people, buy comic books that may or may not be insulting to you, your faith, what you believe in, and your personal politics, and spend a lot of money doing so. That's not a model that will continue to succeed. It just isn't. People are reading a lot less, although you can get them to read. People do read. Look at Harry Potter. Look at Twilight. Look at that. I mean, people are actually reading books. They will read. But you have to find a way to create a better product that will entertain everyone. And you have to find a way to get it straight to them. Price is not so much an object, I don't think. I know people are freaking out going, you're charging $25. People are paying it. So it's not price. I think they will continue to pay it as long as the product is good. But you do have to find a way to give it to them effortlessly and then give them a good time once they get it. And that's what Comicsgate is. So will the big two respond or benefit from Comicsgate? I don't know how they would, because we're a completely new model of comic books. But we are creating enthusiasm for our model of doing business in comics in new ways. Everyone's talking about us. I mean, even if you're saying bad things about us, you're still talking about us. People are still hearing about us. You can't buy that kind of publicity,
Oh, no, definitely not. I definitely think some people have checked me out just to be curious, and they go, you actually seem like a nice guy. And then they go, it's a shame you've aligned with the racist.
Right.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, God, another idiot. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's
sick of these people.
It's hard, man. They are ideological. This is what SJWs are. So, all you can do, All you can do is just continue to succeed. And I try to set a good example, even though I don't really feel like I need to. I don't need to do anything to prove that I'm anything other than who I am. I don't need to be better than I am. I don't need to be better, or stand up against these things that they say. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to give. I don't want to give weight to their narrative. SJWs like to think that they control the narrative. The narrative is all on their side. Well, congratulations for controlling the narrative, but the narrative doesn't always reflect reality. The reality is, so you control the narrative that we're failing, well, the reality is that I have made nearly $600,000 to date on a single issue of Cyberfrog, and we'll continue to. And the reality is, I'm going to launch Rainbow Brute in October. It's going
Definitely
to
buying
do
that.
well. I don't know
Yeah, I'm
if it's going to do as well as Cyberfrog, Antonio.
Well,
But
we can only hope, but I know I will look forward to getting my copy.
Yeah. Alexander R says, Ethan, Disney TIE Fighter in the back, you becoming a show? I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. That's one of the things about my channel is I'm a big Star Wars fan, as I say. So I review toys, and if I don't like them, I throw them away. You'll watch my review for that TIE Fighter. It was on sale at Toys R Us. I think I paid less than $100 for it. It's the best toy I've ever bought. And I was like, I'm not throwing this away. This is a work of art. Even though it's got the red stripe on it, it's First Order TIE Fighter. Oh my God, is that a good toy? Great toy. And all those toys next to the TIE Fighter are toys that I have yet to do review videos on. With Comicsgate in full bloom, I'm not making toy reviews because it's just there's too much Comicsgate stuff to talk about. But I'll get back to those. Those all need to get reviews done. I will do toy reviews again soon. But yeah, and I got to hang up that JFK picture. I think I'm going to hang it up right behind my head, above the
Kevin
chairs.
Costner.
Yeah, it's autographed by Kevin Costner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies. My top 5. What are your top 5 favorite movies?
Well, I definitely would throw the original 3 Star Wars in that list,
Mm-hmm.
and then I like Goonies for some reason.
I've never
I
seen
just
it.
saw it at the right. I just saw it at the right age, and like Goonies and Willow. I like Willow with the Val Kilmer. Yeah, those movies just seem like those are movies that sparked my imagination when I was a kid. So I'd like to implement some of that in what I write with Brand.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to be fun. Like you actually, when you were talking about like American manga and all that, the stuff you were talking, what's that other Rust Belt? I
Yeah.
love that stuff. That stuff sounded so cool.
What's funny is I went to, I always do a Google search of my name, and I found a whole thread on 4chan, and they're making fun of American manga, like that idea. They're like, "Well, you are an artist. Why are you looking for an artist?" Because I can't draw everything. I got to do Cyberfrog. I got to do Rainbow Brew. I can't draw all my ideas, and I want to put out more ideas. I want to own more IPs, so I just hire other people to do them. And they're like, manga's that. But this isn't manga. I'm not looking for. By the way, artists who are looking for me, who are looking to do this, to draw this project. I'm not looking for manga artists. That's the thing. I'm not looking for that style. I'm looking for American artists. It's the idea. It's the idea of 6 people who are driving vehicles that are souped out, that can transform, that can do all crazy stuff, that combine to become a robot fighting lizards. That's entirely manga kind of Japanese superhero theme, but it's going to look like an American comic book. So I'm not looking for, the big-eyed. I don't want that. I want it to be as realistic looking as possible. And whoever does it, like, oh my God, who would be the perfect artist for this? Like, if I could get Chris Weston, that would be great. Like someone like that, like somebody who draws, or Phil Jimenez, or any of these kind of super realistic artists that I like. That's the kind of style that I would like. Yeah. Michael McLaughlin, thanks for $2. Hang that JFK picture back to the left. My 5 favorite movies are Psycho is number 1, Citizen Kane, Ed Wood, by Tim Burton, and these are just movies that I've seen the most. Return of the Jedi, sorry, and then JFK. JFK is just an excellent film. It's all lies. But, if you take it literally, you're going to get confused. But if you watch that movie as the story of a man who's going insane with paranoia, then it really becomes a different experience. Like none of the things that he believes are real. He ends up kind of destroying himself. And if you look at it that way, if you look at the movie like, you know, he's falling in line, he's becoming an SJW, he's becoming a leftist, he's going nuts, and his family is paying for it, et cetera, et cetera. It's a great movie. It's just a flawless film. Love The Untouchables. Yes, Leodara. Absolutely love
Oh
it.
yeah, I love that. That's a great movie. Yeah, I love that. That soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
great.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched it in a long time. I don't have time to watch movies. My attention span has become so short. You know, actually sitting down and watching a 2-hour movie, I don't have time. I'm always doing something. I'm always doing something. You know. Anyway, let me see here. Let's get some of these super chats as I gab. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Hey, where'd my super chat window go?
Everybody keeps asking me if brand's going in demand. Yes, it is. When the campaign ends, it is definitely. We'll keep it up until we send it to the printer.
That's a good idea. Let's see. Jonathan Anguiano, $2. Why can't you build a brand over the 2 for comics? Over them? I mean, they're so big. What do you mean? Like, we're just first of all, we're not a group altogether. I mean, we really are just individual comic creators that are aligned to the same kind of ideas. We're not really a publishing company. We're not there's no Comicsgate comics. There's my comic line, which right now consists of Cyberfrog and then potentially, Rainbow Brute and then this American Mango book. But it's not like Zach is publishing through me. I'm not publishing Graveyard Shift, anything like that. It's a bunch of individuals. Now, could we all combine together? Yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that business model would work. We would have to each throw a piece of we'd have to throw money into the center. Right now, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I'm more concerned with some of these guys just paying their bills. Some of these guys are have families and are having difficulty paying their bills. So I'm concerned about that first and foremost. I don't want to actually lock them down into some situation where there's any kind of sharing. They need to take all their money and they need to, get themselves healthy again. And then once we do that, maybe we can talk about publishing together. But again, I don't know if we need to. I don't know if we need to do anything that comic book industry professionals have ever done before. There's no reason to do comics in that mold or in that model. We can find a new way to do things. I mean, just simply kind of, instead of having a big company, just simply saying, hey, we adhere to the same principles, but we're all individuals. We all do our own thing. We're all our own publishing, empires individually, is a new way of thought. It's a new way of thought, using crowdfunding, at least initially, before we, become, we get the word out about us and can just sell straight on Amazon. Using that system for now is going to work really, really well. Eventually it will become something else, I'm sure. But the idea of doing anything the way that it's been done before, when I think the current model is failing, we're watching it decline, doesn't make sense to me. It's time to innovate and do something new. And I look at what succeeds, and what succeeds is Harry Potter and Twilight, and just putting out books like that and making the books events, charging more for them. Distribution is going to be interesting. I don't want to go into comic shops alone. I can't do that. I need to be in Walmart. I need to be in Five Below. I need to be in supermarkets if possible. I need to be where people are, just naturally. I need my books to be there. So that's all stuff that we're working on right now. Eventually, there will be investors. We will have, take on, we'll take on investment capital and build up to just be able to publish more things. But it takes time. We have to go slow. Let's do this one thing at a time. It's important that we just get our books out and they look great. That is step one. The books could come out and you guys, I don't care what SJWs say. SJWs are going to get our books and they're going to tear them apart. That's what they're going to do. It's going to be dishonest. It's stupid. I mean, people are on Twitter saying Ethan Van Sciver is the worst comic book artist of all time. Well, I mean, that might be pushing it. I might not be to your taste, but I was Eisner nominated and I've won half a dozen awards. Uh, I'm okay. I mean, I might not be the best, but I'm okay. I'm not the worst.
Oh no, you got skills to make meals, baby.
Thanks. But I mean, it's like that kind of like talk right there kind of anticipates their reaction to our books, which are going to be unfair. And as long as we appeal to you guys, as long as the people actually purchased it, like the books, we don't care what disingenuous people think. We only care what our customers think. JFK Prologue by John Williams is great, says E. Michael for $2. I agree. Joe Marone, $5. Still looking for a writer for American manga, or do you have someone? Joe, I think Mike Barron is going to do it. I think he expressed interest in that. I think we're looking for an artist, though. Spider-Man, not Bug Boy, $1.99. Thanks. Number one, 1982's The Thing. That's a favorite of a lot of people. John Dillard, Gaming the System, $5. Dude, I want to help on the American manga. I've gotten so much better since you reviewed my comic. Well, I mean, send me your samples. Let me see what you look like. Evan James, $1.99. SJWs can't hold us captive anymore, and they're mad. Yeah. I mean, this is anger that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. If you really look at it objectively and you see their reaction, it's an overreaction. It's insane. If we really were harassing people, there would be evidence of it. Harassing. Why do they say that? It's so weird. I guess because when you can say, well, you're harassing people, and it's hard to define what that is. Do you feel harassed by what we're doing? I guess we're harassing people. Do you feel harassed by our opinions? Okay. Well, I guess that's harassment then. I guess that's why they do that. It's really kind of weird and ropey. It's a ropey kind of thing to accuse someone of. And in the meantime, when I can actually break down and list 36 concrete things that they have done, like almost criminal things to Comicsgate supporters and Comicsgate professionals, and they write it off as stop whining. Stop whining. Do you ever hear me whine? I'm not a whiny guy. Just another person, $5. What about a collective where you establish a relationship with printers and distributors, reliving a lot of the scut work without getting published? Yeah, that would be a good idea. Absolutely. Nimble Navigator 62, $5. Love you, Ethan. Please say the following. Taddy, I love you. You are the apple of my eye. Well, I can't propose to you, Taddy. I got it. Okay. I'm proposing for you to someone else. That's great. Taddy, I love you. You are the apple of my eye. Marry me? Okay. I hope Taddy says yes. Congratulations. That's great. I was like, what is going on here? That's congratulations. That is absolutely terrific. I hope you're happy. That's pretty neat. Comicsgate marriage happening. Comicsgate romance. Yeah. So what we're talking about. I'm totally flustered by that. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Let me know. Let me know if she says yes or he. Is Taddy a he or a she? Is it? Yeah. Don't know.
You gotta ask that question nowadays, though.
Yeah. Well, Taddy, that sounds female. She said no. Okay. Well, better luck next time. You got it. It didn't hurt to ask. Yeah, I like the idea of, we're kind of doing that in a way now. There's kind of a collective where people are talking about different publishers or different printing, locations, ideas. That is already happening. It'd be kind of cool to do that. Get everyone together and kind of have the same route of doing things. But then again, I mean, right now at this point, we have to kind of figure out what works best, and that's going to be trial and error. So, I might go to one printer and then realize that, Zach's printer is way better, better product, less money, or maybe even Nasser will find the best, outlet for this. It's a matter of just experimentation, I think.
And definitely sharing the information.
Yeah. So. Yeah, well, we're all talking. We're all in communication, aren't we, Antoine? I mean, we're like me, Antonio, and Nasser, and Mitch, and basically everyone involved with Comicsgate. We're all in one big group on Twitter. It's like a hidden kind of chat room, kind of thing, or like a DM chat where we all kind of let each other know what's up. It's called Printing and what is it called? You're in there, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely in there.
It's Printing and Distribution or something like that. But we're all like, people are saying, hey, this is the best place to, or these people have great cards, or these people have great shipping materials, and people are sharing information. I haven't even, I'm going to let Andrea really help me with that, because I'm, I am busy with actually producing this book. Custom Songmaker, $2, couldn't spring for more than $5 proposal, super chat. Yeah, that's true. Remember when somebody gave me $500 to apologize to his wife one time?
Hey, you got paid for it. It's all good.
I was like, please forgive him. I mean, it's like, he just gave me $500. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Forgive him. My God, whatever he did. What if he killed someone?
Oh no. That
And
would
I
not
just,
be good.
I just came out and asked for his forgiveness, and he killed someone.
Please forgive me.
Everyone makes mistakes. Dan Giagonski, thanks for $5. You should get a YouTube the Betchloff on. He was one of the guys who set off Heather Antos in the milkshake tweet. Who is this? You should get Betchloff on. He was one of the guys who set off Heather Antos in the milkshake tweet. Why would I get him on? I wouldn't be happy with him if he was part of the. Here's the thing. I mean, there are going to be so many efforts the SJWs will launch. I mean, there's a very staged incidents. These are stunts. Antonio, they do stunts. You know what I mean?
Not very good stunts, though. I mean, it looks like, although over the last few days, a lot of the stuff that happened seemed very coordinated, which is cause for concern. It looked like they're clearly they are preparing for war. It makes me wonder. I was like, what else are they going to do?
Well, they'll find something, and it will be surprising. But they do stunts all the time where they'll be like, hey, they'll coordinate. They'll go, you do this. And then that's going to force him to do this. And if he says this, then we'll have something to write articles about. That's basically what they did with Marcia Cook. That was a big stunt that was definitely coordinated, because even though I did nothing wrong in response to that, I knew what was happening, and I judged my responses very carefully. They had already written the articles. So it was like, we got to say something, he harassed her. No, I didn't. Too bad. Sorry. Let's see. Alexander L says, what was Gamergate actually, in your opinion? I didn't live through Gamergate. Well, I lived through it, but I didn't know what was happening when it was happening. What I'm told it was is that there were people who were manipulating the gaming media through special favors. And so there were articles that were praising video games that weren't very good, simply because friends and other things, favors were being exchanged. And when that was pointed out and criticized, it became, you're harassing women, and et cetera, et cetera. It's not that different from what's going on here. I think Comicsgate is way weirder. Comicsgate is the weirdest thing I've ever been through. I really feel like I'm the last sane person on the face of the earth, but that's what all crazy people say. So, I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe I've lost my mind. Maybe I'm just maybe everyone else is sane. Maybe people sending me their butthole are sane, and I'm insane, and I'm like, I should be seeing this for something different. But no, I don't think so. I think I am the last sane person in comics. Joe Marone, thanks for $5. Does Comicsgate need to be centralized? Nah, it's best to let them be individuals, but come together to form Voltron as needed. That's kind of what we do. I think that is kind of what we do. The problem with Comicsgate is the kind of the worrisome thing about Comicsgate is that everybody has to do their part. Like, if you are Comicsgate and your book doesn't come out, like, let's say one of these guys that we promote runs away with the money, a la B. Clay Moore, a la Richard Pace, a la all of these people. All of these people have scammed Kickstarters. They got away with it. If one of these people that we're associated with does not fulfill their Indiegogo, we're all going to take the blame for it. it's going to be, of course, it's completely disingenuous, but we will all take the blame for it. So in a way, that's an argument for collectivism, or getting together and forming a company so that we can actually ensure that standards are met, rather than just let everybody be the Wild West. And it's all stuff to think about. Ethan, have you talked to Art Tiber? Says Comic Book Bob. Yeah, Art Tiber is Comicsgate. He's in here with us. He often comes and joins the chats.
Yeah, he was on yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Did something happen that I need to know? Why would I talk to Art Tiber? Why is it necessary that I talk to him? I hope he's okay.
You love him?
Because I love him. Because he's our friend.
Yes.
Yeah, we do love Art Tiber. He's a good guy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Comicsgate, or Comics. Is this Comicsgate, the morning show? Yeah. Well, it's the morning show live. I don't know if it's always Comicsgate, but today it kind of is. Today we're talking about Comicsgate. Billy Ritchie says in all caps, "I think it's best to create a company." Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That might be. That might kind of be the answer to all this. That way, either you are in our company or you're not. Then again, we're gatekeeping. If we don't, yeah, it's like you're not Comicsgate if you're not in our comic book company. Well, you're not in our comic book company. You're gatekeeping at a Comicsgate. It's a philosophy. We're going to take a beating either way because, some people I'm sure are going to disappoint, and the collective is going to take the blame for that, and that's just a reality. That's the way SJWs operate. And I guess like our attitude has to be: we can't just worry about what SJWs say. Who cares what they say? We have to just be content that we're being honest and they're lying. That's it. Yeah.
More facts.
Yeah. You can't chase them. Like, why do we care what they think anyway? They're weirdos with blue hair. They're little soy boy, squeaky little mouse men. Fucking penisless weirdos. It's like, why do we care what they think? I don't care what they think. Call me names all day long.
It is annoying, though. I got to be honest. I do wish they just go away and let us do our thing. And and I hate to see them harassing my friends.
Yeah. Well, but that's what's going to happen, though. That is where we are. Or you could join them. If you join them, you get to harass. You're not harassed. You get to be the harasser. So there's every reason. I mean, you could just go ahead and like join up with the SJWs, and then you're good. Right? I mean, you get to be a bully. That's fun. Well, C1 $4.99. If I was named Zoe Quinn by my parents, I'd probably turn to crime too. I disagree. I think Zoe Quinn is a cool name.
That sounds like someone that was on Friends.
Yeah, Zoe Quinn, like Z and Q, the two most uncommon letters of the alphabet other than X. It's a cool name. I dig it.
It's an extra on New Girl or something. Who's that girl? It's Zoe.
Yeah. GKV 1.0, thanks for 2 hours. Comicsgate is an idea, and ideas are bulletproof. That's right. People's behavior is not necessarily bulletproof. Comicsgate can't be a group of people. I think that's true. Comicsgate is not a group of people. Comicsgate is a philosophy and an idea. And some people will fail to live up to standards. And that's too bad, but that doesn't mean much of anything, and that is the way it goes. I'm actually talking to somebody about doing a live interview. There is a kind of guy he's like, I'm a lefty, I work for this news outlet, and I would love to get an interview with you. Now, I say no to interviews with everyone. Just for the most part, when it comes to, if you're a lefty, I'm not going to be interviewed by you. Why? Like, being interviewed by you isn't going to sell me any comic books, and I'm really out to sell comic books and not to convince SJWs that I'm not Hitler. So I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, we're in private and everything. I said, listen, I'll do an interview with you. We'll do it live on my YouTube channel. You can interview me live in front of an audience, and be tough. I mean, be tough with your questions. I'm interested in them. We had kind of a little conversation between us off the air yesterday. He wants to do it so that at first, like, the idea was to moderate a debate. And he's like, well, we could get Bill Sienkiewicz. We could get get these guys in here. They're never going to come. Those people won't come in here. They're not going to debate me. Joe Marone, thanks for $4. The third way between company and Wild West, innovate. Yeah. That's what we're doing, Joe. I think that's what we're looking for, and we are innovating things. We're figuring out what works best, and we're making it happen. And we're figuring out the best way to sell comic books. And again, SJWs just keep saying, this is all about money, don't you see? And again, we keep saying to them, yes, it's all about money. You're right about that. Comicsgate is entirely about money. I know that's shocking to you. It's not about it's not about our ideology. It's not about anything like that. We're sorting out why comic books aren't selling, and we think it's because of your ideology, and we have figured out a way to counteract that and to make a lot of money in comics. Why don't you understand this? It's a total capitalistic effort. It is all about money. We are going to make as much money as possible. The end.
You better believe that.
That's it. Don't stop saying that, because we're just going to agree with you. It's not trying to make as much money as possible is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's good to do that. The reason why people are suffering right now in comics is because not enough people have that attitude. Not enough people have that attitude. Everyone thinks that money is bad. I mean, you look at what's his name over there, that ukulele player who edits for Marvel. What's his name? What's that guy's name?
Oh man. Okay.
He basically he's got a little mustache like this. He looks like the snowman from the opening of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know what.
Oh man, well that was Burl Ives.
Burl Ives, yeah, he looks a little like a Burl Ives. But he just looks like the snowman. He doesn't look like Burl Ives. He looks like the snowman. No, it's not Brevoort. It's the other guy. And he came out and he's just like, he's like, money sucks. He's like, I don't want any money. He's like, rich people suck. Money is evil. This isn't a good attitude. Jordan B. White. This isn't a good attitude to have. This is a bad attitude to have if you're in business. You can have that attitude in college when your parents are paying all your bills. But when you're actually in a position, you're employed, and your job is to actually earn money and create properties that are profitable for your company, being anti-capitalist is a fireable offense, in my opinion. It's a fireable offense. So
definitely like making money. That's a fact.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's what we're doing as opposed to what they're doing. Shiro Khan says, Uncle E, any chance for a Cyberfrog lenticular cover in the future? I hope so. Andrea wants one of those. She's like, how did we get I'm like, that must be really expensive. I don't know how to do that. But we could do it. We could probably do it for Wreck Planet. We could raise the money for that. Assuming that Wreck Planet does well, we could definitely pay for that. I'm up for it. The hell were we talking about, Antonio? I lost my place.
I mean, we were just talking about why they attack and how we respond to it, and what we should do as a collective to
Yes.
get our books out and just being shiny, happy sunbeams.
Just being shiny, happy sunbeams. That's all it is. Connor Ward, £2. Hi, EVS. Thanks for retweeting my Cyberfrog art. My pleasure. It was great. It's great. I love it. I'm seeing a lot of Cyberfrog fan art. And then that Cyberfrog costume, which blows my mind. Connor, did you see that? Yeah. Dutch 0524 says, greed is good, a virtue. Atlas shrugged. Who is Ethan Van Sciver? Do I sound like that? Do I sound like Ayn Rand? No, but I'm not, though, because I do feel like people have a duty to each other. In a way, it's a moral duty. It's not. You don't have to, but you should. It's good to actually care about other people. Spider-Man, not Bug Boy, $1.99. CG should get in movies, TV, toys. Well, we will. I think. I hope we will.
Oh yeah. I definitely want to develop brand. I've got a lot of good designs, and actually Kanan's working on something now that I will hope to debut in the next few days to showcase our villains, the Covenant. I think they are going to he was very excited as I was describing them to him, and I think the fans will like it.
Yeah, I do too. Do you guys want to see the Cyberfrog costume again? Some people didn't see it. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. Let me get this here. Oops. All right, there we go. Nope, that's the thing there. Oh, here we go. Watch this. Blow this up. I want this video to be longer. Wait, let's do it again.
In the ATL. That's my homeboy.
Yeah. It's going to Dragon Con this weekend. It's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. I love it. Can you imagine?
That's a great costume.
Yeah, I mean that feels good. That's a great thing to actually have somebody spend that kind of time to bring your character to life, and that's probably going to be one of the best costumes at Dragon Con this weekend. And it's my character. It's my character. So if you see that guy at Dragon Con, give him a heads up or a high five, whatever. Say
The
hello.
only thing I'm worried about is what if some idiot tries to, attack him for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought about that too. It's possible. I hope not. I hope there's some civility left in comics that you wouldn't attack a cosplayer. There's no avoiding the fact that somebody's going to walk by him and go, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
That happens all the time anyway. So,
I hope that doesn't happen. But the thought occurred to me. I was like, ooh, that's,
yeah.
These cons they're not screening them the way they should. And it's like, you never know. Everybody's like, quote unquote, punch Nazis, all this nonsense.
Yeah, don't punch the guy in the Cyberfolk costume, you a-holes. It's like he worked real hard on that, and he's walking around as Cyberfrog, the greatest and most popular character in comics right now. He is. Look, Cyberfrog raised nearly $600,000. He's a very popular character. Angela Richter, thanks for $5. Objectivists do care about others, just not more than themselves. Yeah, greed is not good. It's wanting what you have not earned. That is not Ayn Rand. Oh yeah. You're right. E. Michael, $2. Antonio is your co-host for the morning show. Yeah, he kind of fits in perfectly, huh? Antonio is a good co-host. What do you think of that, Antonio?
Well, I
give me my Ed McMahon. Adrian Stone, EVS, look up Pyramid. They do lenticular art for DC. Pyramid. Thank you, Adrian Stone, for that tip. That's good to know. Yeah, lenticular cover for Cyberfrog would be crazy. How much does it cost? I wonder how much it costs.
I'm sure it costs a mint.
Yeah. I mean, because they're rare. When Marvel and DC do them, they're a very limited print run. And what would happen if we wanted to do, a run of 10,000 lenticular covers?
Oh, wait a minute, Ethan. Can I plug something right quick?
Of course.
Okay. I want while we've got this big audience, Ben Jones is launching Asgard on September 8th. He's turning 42 years old. So that Friday night, the 7th, we are having a Brand versus Asgard, what I call the Quilla in Manila. Ben Jones versus Kanan White. They are both going to be on my channel, the Akari Press YouTube, and they are going to be drawing against each other. And Kanan is going to draw a character from Asgard, and Ben is going to be drawing a character from Brand. And then the fans in the chat will decide who wins. So we are doing that live on my channel on the 7th.
What's your channel called?
It's called Akari Press.
How do you spell that?
Ikari. Ikari, and then press. And awesome. Then, if you go to Akari Press, and it will, like I said, but we are doing that. And, we've been trying to have more of these live streaming events, trying to see if I can coax John Malin into coming. And we had Elliot Fernandez on for 4 hours drawing, and Kanan drawed for like 3.5 hours. maybe my friend Uncle Ethan might bless us one day. I would
Well, I
love to
mean,
have that. But,
yeah, of course. Guys,
yeah,
subscribe to Ikari Press. Subscribe to that channel. Be ready for this event. I think that's a good idea. If you haven't yet subscribed, you want to give Antonio a bigger platform. So absolutely do subscribe to Ikari Press right here on YouTube.
awesome.
Everyone is subbing. Everyone is.
I am seeing the subs. I'm getting notifications. The subs are coming in. This is awesome. Thank you.
The subs are rolling in. Love it. Also, while we're talking about it, Cyberfrog Blood Honey today is the third day of funding. I think we've just finished day 3. If you haven't backed Cyberfrog Blood Honey for any reason, you've got, I think, 4 or 5 days left to do it. And that's going to be it. We're going to do a huge thing. Like on the last day of that, Antonio, we're going to be up all night promoting Cyberfrog Blood Honey. It's going to be a big deal. But right now it's at $45,000, I think $581. Could use your support. We're trying to get it to 50,000. We're going to donate at that point. We're going to donate $10,000 to Orchid, which is a male cancer treatment facility. And you can be a part of that. Like if you back Cyberfrog now, your money is going straight to that cancer charity. So you can feel good about that. And all right, so listen, it's 8:30. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I think we're gonna call it quits. I can hear everyone upstairs. I can hear my family upstairs, so I want to go up there and join them, and maybe make some breakfast, pie-related breakfast. Wait, can you have pie for breakfast, Antonio? I mean,
I eat pie whenever I can.
that is right. Oh yeah, my video is buffering. Well, what does this happen? What does that happen? Probably best to get off now. Antonio, have a good night's rest. I know you're going to bed. Everyone, thank you so much for being here for the morning show. I hope you had a good time. Have a great day. I'll be back with more videos and probably a live stream later on today, if not tonight. Yeah, have a great, terrific day. Bye-bye.
Aloha, everyone.